Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's ScrawlrBox time. You'll be pleased to know I've cleaned my mat because it was looking a bit grim. There's lots of glue on it. It's not 100% perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. I am still surrounded with things. I'm in the middle of a project, so I don't want to pack everything away just yet. But I've got enough space to share my ScrawlrBox, which has just come through the door today. So let's take a look. Looking interesting. What have we got here? Well, I'll tell you what, let's get stuff out because it's going to rattle otherwise, isn't it, and make a noise. Out you come. Tissue be gone. So, what have we got? It looks fun. It looks up my street. There's the sticker for this month. Right. Where do we start? Let's have a look. Let's open this up as well because this looks interesting. Posca pencils. 6 pencil colours. Never heard of Posca pencils before. Where's there a scissor when you want one? I like the fact they've actually got some more paper on them. I did email them about my pencils always breaking and things like that, and they offered to replace them. I don't want them replacing. I wanted them to think about, you know, the future and, you know, continually putting pencils and things without packaging. And it looks like they might have listened because they've now gone in an envelope, which is great. Whether or not it's a one-off or whatever, I don't know. But hopefully we won't have problems with these. Wow, they're a lovely colour. Look at these. Posca pencils. Don't know anything about them at all. I don't know if the colours have names. Fuchsia. Lilac. Blue, in case you were wondering. Blue-green. I'm guessing that's grey, and light orange. So we've got some special pencils there. We'll read up about those. We've got a Derwent line maker, so a fine liner there, 0.1. And something here, Pearl Burnish, liquid white coloured pencil, archival, shake well, and it's got a little dropper on the bottom of it. And I think I had in my hand a minute ago, I did, a paintbrush. So I'm guessing the paintbrush is for the liquid white coloured pencil. Okay, let's see what we've got going. Oh, we've got a sweet blackcurrant and licorice. Oh my goodness, I'm salivating now. I know exactly where that's going in about, well, I'll say 30 seconds, as soon as I've rushed through the box. Delicious. May. This month we celebrate all forms of flourishing flora using coloured pencils. Don't be afraid to blend colours to bring your floral creations to life. Test out the liquid white pencil to see how the pencils layer and work with this exciting medium. Have fun, keep scrolling and enjoy the supplies. So these coloured pencils, it says that's right. Posca is a brand that we are all familiar with. And after several years of research, coloured pencils have now been added to their collection. These pencil colours are made from a unique combination of wax and oil to achieve a strong but soft lead that can be used to produce a highly concentrated, smooth, bright colour with a matte finish and are suitable for a range of surfaces. Posca coloured pencils offer a richly pigmented colour palette, great for sketching, layering and smooth gradient effects. True to the Posca spirit, they can be used on different surfaces such as paper, card, wood, metal, leather, glass, plastic, canvas and organic materials such as stone. Posca colouring pencils can also be used to complement works in watercolour, acrylic or Posca marker to produce mixed media artworks. Wow, definitely going to have a go with those. This liquid white pencil, this is this little stuff here, is made by none other than our featured artist herself, Safana. It is perfect for adding highlighting and layering effects to your work. Unlike paint, coloured pencils cannot always be easily layered over and over with lighter colours, often not holding enough pigment when used as a top layer. With this liquid pencil, you can intensify or create white areas without having to sacrifice any pigmentation. And what's more, once this white pencil is dry, you can even layer more coloured pencils on top. Wow, so I'm not going to read. I mean, we all know what a line marker is, and the brush is a size 2. Just put those to one side. And I will have a look inside here in just a second. Oh, there's the featured artist work there. That's interesting, isn't it? Beautiful rose. I don't know if you can see the detail in there, but she's got little tiny veins and everything in the petals. Really pretty. Art by Safana. She drew objects and nature realistically with coloured pencils. Brilliant. She's done everything from Centangle patterns to henna and acrylic painting. But it wasn't until she worked with coloured pencil a few times that she felt comfortable with something. All right, well, I shall give that a go. We've got with this an A5 cartridge pad, 120 GSM. There's 60 sheets. So that's quite a nice, actually, it's quite a nice paper to work on. Sort of thick enough, but not too thick. Right, we'll have a little look at the products, I think, while we're here. Because why not? And I know I haven't done my artwork from the last box, just haven't had time. And I was contemplating not continuing with my next subscription. Not because I don't enjoy it, because I do, but my, like a lot of you, my tastes change from time to time. I get bored in something. So I used to be making lots of journals and paper craft, and then I've sort of gone into mixed media again, and I did a load of jelly printing and stuff like that, and now I'm feeling the urge to go back to paper crafting and do some journals. So watch this space, guys. I don't know, but then you get contents like this and you think, oh, I don't know, I might keep going. I mean, it's up to me if I do the artwork or not. It's not that I don't want to do it. I don't have quite as much time for some reason. I don't craft at the weekends anymore, and I don't craft in the evening. So, you know, and I do try and craft in the daytime, but obviously I have to squeeze other things into that as well. Okay, well, let's have a little look at this and see where we go with it. I'm just interested to see how those pencils work. So, yes, let's have a look and see. So I'm starting with the light orange. See how it feels. It does feel waxy. If you've ever used Prismacolors, it's a little bit, feels a little bit like that. I'm just going to see. I'm not the world's best colourer. I just wondered if we could blend it. It said you can. This is the Fuchsia. Quite like that. I'm not so keen on the sharp edge. Let's see if we can blunt it a bit. They are sort of blending together. Quite like that. I mean, you could be here for hours if you wanted to, going back and forth over these, but I quite like that. Let's have a look at some more. We've got, what did I say that was? Lilac, I think. I don't know why I keep drawing a harsh box. I don't need to do that. Let's have lilac going into blue. Actually, let me just... The pencils come with a slightly sharp edge, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. I'll just blunt it off a little bit. I mean, I guess guess you could always take a blending pencil to blend it. They do blend. I mean, they're not perfect, but yeah, maybe it's the way I'm doing it. Let's just have a light bit there. Anyway, I've never seen these pencils or heard of them, so I've forgotten what I used, that one I think. I'm used to having like a blender, a colourless sort of blending pencil. They are blending. I feel like they might blend better with some sort of blending tool. But they do seem to blend. So what have we got? Let's just have a look. We've got this colour here, which is sea blue or sea green, blue green. Blue green. We've got blue. We've got lilac. We have, oh, let's go fuchsia. And they do feel quite nice, very soft. And grey. I know I've missed off the those are the colours for you. And light orange. And we're just going to have a little look at this. Let me just fiddle with the brush a bit. Okay, it's a bit of an odd brush. Did it say what make it was? No, generic brush, I think. Zarn, it says, size 2. Right, it's not what I would call a fine tip necessarily, but right, it's got a little dropper in it. I don't know if I want to drop any out. I suppose I could put a little blob on there. Pearl burnish, it says. Not quite sure what you do with it, but I just wanted to know how it covered. I would have gone straight for the darkest colour there. I mean, it has covered it. Feels a bit like Tipex, or I guess you could put a second coat on. Let's see. Oh, I'm probably using it totally wrongly, but I was, you know, it was for highlights and things. I don't call that. That's not the. That's quite a thick brush, I think, for highlights. You know, if you're doing work like this. I don't know. I'm going to say that brush is a little bit thick, but I'm going to give it a whirl. And when that's dry, I just want to see if I can colour over the top, because they did say that you could. Don't want to dirty up my nice clean mat. No, it's not dry. I don't know how long it took. Let me just dry it. One sec. I gave it a little zap with the heat tool. It still feels a little bit tacky. Let's try a bit of. Maybe I should leave that longer. I don't know. Not sure how you're supposed to colour over the top of that. It's not doing a lot for me. That's just going to scrape it away. Oh well, I'll give that another try, I think. Maybe I'm using it wrong. But, or maybe just have to leave it several days to dry. Who knows? Anyway, that's the Scrawler box for May. It definitely says, it doesn't say anything. It just says they're blendable. It doesn't say, yeah, look, it says a small detail brush. Look at the point on that. What did I do with my brush? Oh, it's in my water. But Let me just dry it off on something. It's not what I would call a small detail. It's kind of, do you see what I'm saying? It's, I expect a pointy end, not like it's all frayed out, and even if I gather the points together, it's not what I would call a fine detail. Anyway, I'm just nitpicking here. And that's work on the featured artist. And tips for using this. Oh right, maybe I'm right. It says if there are any lumps or imperfections in the application of the white liquid pencil, carefully smooth out with a small brush. Whilst it is still wet, once dry, you will not be able to rework it. It is best used in small sections for easier control and to avoid any warping of your paper. For best results, use product on top of wax-based coloured pencils. It doesn't have to be put, but you may find you need more layers as the paper will soak up the liquid. Once dry, you can layer coloured pencils over the top. Liquid pencil can take up to an hour to dry completely, so make sure it is dry to the touch. Right, okay, that's my mistake then. I should have read that through. So this liquid pencil needs to dry properly before you try and layer over the top. But at least we found that out. Okay, so that is the ScrawlrBox for May. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm off to eat my blackcurrant and licorice sweet, and maybe I should save it for when I do the artwork. No, I can't. And I'll be back again soon with something else, maybe a project like this. Who knows? Have a lovely week, everyone. See you soon. Bye for now.